Josh here again for Jamf with a primer on Jamf Pro standard user accounts. A Jamf Pro user account grants access to the Jamf Pro server and the Jamf Pro apps. Access is controlled by privileges, which can be configured to customize the level of access a user has. Jamf Pro user accounts are created within the Jamf Pro settings. We can navigate to the Jamf Pro settings by moving our mouse to the top right corner of the Jamf Pro interface and selecting the settings gear. This now shows us all the settings available inside Jamf Pro. We want to navigate to the Jamf Pro user accounts and group setting. This setting is found within the System Settings category, which can be selected beneath the All Settings category. These categories help narrow our search when working through all of Jamf Pro's settings. Let's now select Jamf Pro user accounts and groups. We can create a new Jamf Pro user account by selecting the New button, then ensuring that Create Standard Account is selected under the Choose an Action dialog. We select Next, and are given the opportunity to name our new user. We'll call this user Intern. Next, we want to define the access our intern user will have. We will select the level of access by choosing the privilege set we want to assign to our user. There are, by default, 4 types of defined privilege sets. Administrator, which will create an account that has complete access to the Jamf Pro server and the Jamf Pro apps. Auditor, which creates a read-only access to the Jamf Pro server. Auditors can navigate within Jamf Pro, but cannot create or edit anything there. We have Enrollment Only, which creates an account that has no access to the Jamf Pro web application, but does have access to enroll computers and devices into Jamf Pro. Enrollment Only accounts may also be used for Jamf Recon, as that application is specifically devoted to enrolling computers into Jamf Pro. There's also Custom, which allows us to modify the privileges for a user outside of the default set of Administrator, Auditor, and Enrollment Only. We'll come back and take a look at a use case for this in just a moment. Our intern, in the meantime, is going to be an auditor. And after we select that privilege, we're going to move on to the access status, where we discuss disabled and enabled. A disabled access status for an account will disable that account. The account will actually be listed inside of Jamf Pro, but it will not have the access to any of the Jamf Pro applications, nor access to the Jamf Pro web app. An enabled account is a live account, and therefore will give you access based on the privilege set you've assigned it. Next is the full name. We're going to go ahead and give it the intern as the name. And an email address. So we'll call this theintern@jamf.com. An email address is required if this account is to receive notifications from Jamf Pro. It is possible to have a Jamf Pro account without an email address, though such an account would be ineligible to receive notifications of group membership changes, potentially serious notifications regarding the status of database backups, or even the status of Tomcat. Though once we've gone ahead and entered in that email address in this particular case, we'll move on now to password, where we'll set the password. And we'll also go ahead and select the little option here that says force the user to change the password at next login. I'm creating this user account hypothetically for someone else, and when they log in, they may want to go ahead and change their password, or I may want them to change their password based on the security recommendations from my organization. I'll go ahead and hit save. And now I have an intern account that has auditor access to my Jamf Pro server. I'm going to go ahead up near the settings gear where we were earlier and go over to the little silhouette. When I select the silhouette, there will be an option here to log out Jamf admin. I'm going to do so and now log in as my intern account. When I do so, I will be prompted to change my password. Again, that's because we selected that option earlier when we created the intern account. I'll enter in my existing password, then enter in my new password. Once I'm inside Jamf Pro, I'm going to return back to the Jamf users, the settings where we actually created our Jamf Pro user accounts and groups by going into the settings gear, selecting Jamf Pro user accounts and groups, and notice that I no longer have that plus button that allowed me to create a user account. In fact, you'll notice that I don't have the ability to create anything inside Jamf Pro. An advanced search, for mobile devices even. Go into configuration profiles, I can't create a configuration profile, no plus button here. Scroll down to where it says computers and then where it says smart computer groups. I do not have the ability to add new smart computer groups. And again, this is all because my intern account has auditor permissions, which allows me to look but not create or edit anything. I'm going to go ahead and log this account out. So log out of my intern, log back in as my admin account, and return to my Jamf Pro settings and my Jamf Pro user accounts and groups. I'm going to select my intern account, and this time I'm going to edit this account and change its privilege set from auditor to custom. Here I'm going to go select the privileges option next to the account options, and you'll see all the privileges that I can assign or revoke from this user account. This is really the power of the custom privilege set because it allows me to curate a custom set of privileges that aren't available from a ready-made set like auditor or enrollment only. Now I'm going to say that my intern should have 0 access to devices, but I do want it to be able to create advanced computer searches. So here where it says advanced computer searches, I'm going to give it the ability to create. I'm also going to give it the ability to update because I wouldn't want to give the intern an option to create an advanced computer search that was maybe wrong without the ability to go back and edit it. Those are separate privileges, so you have to make sure if you want to give them the ability to create something and then maybe edit it, you have to give them the update option. I also want to make sure that they have 0 access to my devices tab here. So I'm going to scroll all the way down until I find mobile devices. Once I find mobile devices, I will remove the read privilege from that option. The intern account literally has 0 rights to the mobile devices tab. So when I hit save here, I'll know that when I log in as that intern option, I should have no access to devices. So let's do that. I'm going to go back to my silhouette, log out of Jamf admin, log in as my intern account, go hit my computers tab, and here you no longer see the warning saying I can't create a new advanced computer search. In fact, I can. There's a new button right here. But if I were to go into devices, I don't even see that dialog. I get the access denied dialog because I have 0 access to the devices tab. In summary, Jamf Pro user accounts, they can grant access to Jamf Pro and the family of Jamf Pro applications. They carry privileges that determine the degree of access a standard user account will have, and they can be customized to reflect the desired level of access and ability to and within Jamf Pro. This has been a brief overview of Jamf Pro user accounts. I'm Josh with Jamf.